Good morning, children. Today I'll be taking the last experiment of this chapter, and that experiment is to prove that starch is produced by green plants during photosynthesis. This is a very simple experiment. We'll take two well-watered potted plants with green leaves. We'll keep one of the potted plant in the dark room to de-starch it, and the other potted plant in sunlight for at least 8 hours. Then we will detach or pluck one leaf from the de-starched potted plant and one leaf from the non-de-starched potted plant. That means the plant which was kept in the sunlight. Now we will boil both the leaves in water and then place them in methylated spirit or alcohol for 15 minutes. First we'll boil both the leaves to kill the cells. Then we'll boil them in methylated spirit or alcohol to remove chlorophyll from the leaves. Then we will wash the leaves with water and will put it in hot water to soften it. After that, we will spread both the leaves on different petri dish and will test with iodine solution. We'll put a drop of iodine solution in a leaf which was de-starched and we'll observe the result. So the leaf turned brown in color when it was tested with iodine. So they have said the leaves turned colorless when they was put in methylated spirit, that is chlorophyll was removed, and after adding iodine solution, the leaf which was taken from the de-starched plant did not turn blue-black. So instead of writing did not turn blue-black, you will write that the leaf taken from the de-starched plant turns brown in color and while the leaf which was taken from the plant kept in sunlight, when tested with iodine, it turns blue-black in color, proving that the starch is present in this leaf. So the result or inference is, since the leaf kept in the dark could not manufacture starch or could not undergo the process of photosynthesis, hence no starch was formed, no food was formed, and it gives brown coloration with iodine, thus gives a negative starch test. Whereas the leaf kept in sunlight undergoes the process of photosynthesis and manufacture food and synthesizes starch and give blue-black color with iodine, that is give positive starch test with iodine solution. Now we will come to the last part of this chapter, carbon cycle. As we all know that carbon is the building material of all the organic compounds found in the living cells. Carbohydrates, carbon element is there, lipids, proteins, nucleic acid. All these organic compounds are present in the living cells, and all these compounds, they contain carbon as one of the elements. In the biosphere, there are four sources of carbon. Carbon dioxide present in the air, carbon is there in the air. Then carbonates of earth crust derived from rocks. This give rise to carbon dioxide by chemical changes. Carbon dioxide present in the air get dissolved in water also. And the fuels such as coal and petroleum products, they produce carbon dioxide after burning. Coal and petroleum are the fossil fuels because these fuels, they come from the dead bodies of living organisms. Now I'll repeat again, there are four sources of carbon. Carbon as carbon dioxide in the air, Then carbon as carbon dioxide of the air get dissolved in the water. Then the carbonates of earth crust, that is in the rocks are formed of carbonates. So they give rise to carbon dioxide by chemical changes. The fuels such as coal and petroleum, which are called fossil fuels, they produce carbon dioxide when they are burnt. Carbon cycle can be defined as the series of chemical reactions in which carbon as an element from carbon dioxide is removed from the atmosphere, used by living organisms in their body processes, and is again returned to the atmosphere. That means the carbon present as carbon dioxide in the air is removed or is taken by the living organisms to carry on their biological body processes and is again returned into the atmosphere. How it takes place? We all know that atmosphere acts as a reservoir of carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide enter the green plants through photosynthesis. As green plants undergo photosynthesis, one of the main raw materials is carbon dioxide. So all the green plants will take in carbon dioxide of the atmospheric air, and photosynthesis takes place. During photosynthesis, the food is formed in the form of glucose and starch. That carbon from the atmosphere, when is taken by the plants for photosynthesis, is fixed up in the food as carbohydrates. So green plants are consumed by the animals as organic food. So the animals, human beings, we are directly or indirectly depending on plants for the food. So when we take in organic food, it means the food which contains carbon in it comes into our body. Then the animals and human beings undergo respiration. That is, they are going to oxidize that food with the help of oxygen. During oxidation of food, that is during the process of respiration, the carbohydrate is broken down, glucose is broken down, and carbon dioxide is released as one of the products. Again, the carbon dioxide is given back by these living organisms by the process of respiration into the atmosphere. So this is how the cycle goes on. Then the plants and animals, when they die, then their body is being consumed, decomposed by the microscopic organisms, that is bacteria and fungi. They will grow on these dead bodies and decompose their body. In return, carbon dioxide is liberated and is given into the atmosphere, because the dead bodies of plants and animals are again made up of these organic compounds containing carbon in it. Then the fossil fuels, when are burnt, like wood, coal, petroleum, they on combustion or burning release carbon as carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and these fossil fuels, coal and petroleum, are being formed from the dead bodies of living organisms. Then by the dissolution of carbonates and bicarbonates, when we dissolve, like limestone is dissolved in water, bubbles of gas is released, that is carbon dioxide is given out. So this is how you can see this table. Atmospheric carbon dioxide by photosynthesis is taken by green plants. The animals, they feed on the green plants. Then the animals and green plants, when undergo respiration, they release the carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. This is one method. Then the second is, when these animals and green plants, when they die, then the decomposers decompose their body and carbon as carbon dioxide is again added into the atmosphere. This is how one other method of releasing carbon, giving carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. Then wood, coal and petroleum, when they undergo combustion, that is when they are burned, they also release carbon as carbon dioxide and is given back into the atmospheric, added into the atmospheric carbon dioxide. Carbonates and bicarbonates, when dissolved in water, you'll find this carbon is being given to the back into the atmosphere. This carbon, when dissolved in water, carbonates and bicarbonates are formed, that is carbon dioxide with water, and when they are put in water, they give out carbon dioxide back. So this is the chart or the flow chart which is representing carbon cycle in nature. With this, we have completed the chapter on photosynthesis. Go through all the videos properly, and I will be uploading the assignment with notes, and go through the notes, go through my videos and try to solve the questions which will be given in the assignment. On Thursday, I will upload the assignment, children. So try to complete your work and come out with your problems. Now, last they have given food chain. The examples they have given: grass eaten by grasshopper, then bluebird eaten by snake and owl. So how a chain is formed of food dependency. The starting point of food chain is grass. The second is leaf eaten by caterpillar, caterpillar eaten by bird, bird eaten by snake, and then snake eaten by eagle. This is another example of food chain. Grass eaten by insects, insects eaten by frog, frog eaten by snake, and then peacock. So this is how in all the examples of food chain you will find the starting point is always the plant, that is the autotrophs. Now, what is the significance or advantage of photosynthesis? I have given that in the notes also, that it is photosynthesis. Its importance is that it provides all the consumers, heterotrophs, with the food, and all other living organisms with life supporting gas, that is oxygen. So they provide food and they provide oxygen also. Thank you, children.